shedding light like I was adjusting an f-stop, shooting for the sky like I'm gator busting a desk pop. You might laugh since I don't cuss to project shock, but rappers make a meal if ideas are sus as a pet rock. Can I buy out like I spit on a Troy beat? Earn a couple spins, but it would take more to employ Pete. And Pete, they say the youth is wasting and the young and extrapolated like the proof is pasted in the slums. I guess they never heard of raisins baking in the sun. They say life is what you make it, then they take it with a gun. Cold world, but that's too deep for the intro. Quit the politic and homie, you be this LoPinto. You should open for shows and we dope with the flows. Learn the difference between whitewashed and overexposed. Smelling fishy, let me guess I got an odorous nose. I'll lose faith if I ain't had a Pope's devotional prose. Moving more toward logic and inference. It's better course than a cosmic coincidence. It's got work, but at least he started a conversation. First time in years that I've a part of my denomination. Words to the congregation, tell the truth in a verse. Offer more than my 2 cents, in fact I loosen my purse. We all sin, but I'ma do good at first. Don't change the fact that I truly been stolen from under the roof of the church. So spitting for salvation ain't the salivation. It's so I can turn my cheek in any allegation. Heal the holes in my heart that resolve from palpitations. Awaiting something angelic and showing callous patience. 23, so I got 10 more years to be more Christ-like, but only 2 more to make it big and get my price sliced. What's my worth at 25 and no legion of fans? Missing a marketable single and a decent advance. I got a bone to pick with all who say that art pays. My stage ain't covering Parkade down in Barclays. I stand stalled like it's traffic on a parkway. How long can I stomach it before I move to part ways? My mug ain't blasting on TVs yet. Ain't get a single call I hope for from CBS. Sent my resume, I guess they didn't read me yet. It's like nobody really gets it that I bleed these debts. You see me stressed, focused, you won't see it as an anecdote. Every line of script was just an excerpt of a Mannix note. Still, if ever I feel I've gone and produced my swan song, I'll drop another album just to try to put my mom on. And now I promise her to cut through all the rhetoric, make a couple million, give a Christmas in Connecticut. Sound like a better fit, here's the dichotomy. I ain't got the bread, ma, it's a ride comedy. Instead of farmhouse scenes on a hidden lane, I begun my father as a rapper under my given name. Showed up my head success is so uncommon. I steady ignore signs except I show none stopping. Nah, mark the change in my mental state with a chord progression. Show you the meaning of life disguises a boring lesson. Sink my soul and I'm feeling lovely at long last. Take it to the lab and conduct a study in contrast. Identity crises plague me on the daily. Learning life's a trick, let it way beyond the easy. Nothing like my pops, but still pray, wanna praise me. Only need myself, that's the way my mama raised me. Gaze upon the baby boy, old soul broke the mold from that of pity kids. Lone and broken home and never folded to my lineage. No privileges, never got comfortable saying give me this. Let the fire mold me and clear the air like my city did, that's pretty big. I'm the plight of the bridge, I capture couples' anger. I walk alone, I'm Charlie No Face's doppelganger. That is Anthony Wayne, I think I'm Dorset. Osmond stacked against me, but doubting me is a poor bet. Always hot, young polyglot, never dumb down for the simpleton. Slimmer than I used to be, face smoothed out from that pimpleton. Resent you if you peg me off behavior. I abstain from things that'll make my brain numb. I just know where I came from.
Who am I? Who am I? To think a man should never, never, never cry. Who am I? Who am I? To think a man should never, never, never cry.
I'm not a Christian rapper, I'm a rapper that's Catholic. So when I speak to you secular, it ain't half as dramatic as if Lecrae would've lashed out. Admit that he had doubts, not saying he ain't dope, but unlike me, he ain't crafting a classic. Now that's been established, I'm laying waste to cats and his rappers. Y'all yakety sacks, and I'm bold enough to actually ask it. Like, I know I'm white, so can you please not laugh? Ask what a gap is, and I'm gonna patronize and tell you I cap with a blackish. Got unrealized potential like Nash and a Shactus. Let me circle back on a backpack rapidy rap tip. Throughout the years, known a few folks who were casually Baptist, but safe sex is all I've known them to factually practice. That's word to Iverson, I'm acting like the righteous one. Accurate on many counts, announced it like a sire son. Notice that I've always gravitated to the contrary. I guess the normal had me ill-suited like Don Cherry.
Who am I? Who am I? Who can't face the words goodbye? Who am I? Who am I?
Consider all that I've risen above. Swimming through rivers of lust till it isn't enough. I'm addicted to love. Thus, with a penchant for mixing it up as I fall to the ground with a sickening thud. Wish you would see me as anything else but a stick in the mud. Scrub with a father too distant to judge. Spilling my innermost thoughts, hope you listen and flood my timeline, since I could use the psychoanalyzing. Without that dose of reality, might go fantasizing that I've attained all I plan to, and all my thanks amount to something more than pain in every facet but my bank account. Underemployed and still breaking more than a J job. Hands bloody from my day job. How much harder can I pray, God? Been humble, done ate that play the crow. Yeah, that's a sin, extend or lonesome. I don't want my dating hopes to hinge on Hinge and Tinder. Recluse, yeah, I've been that. Head buried in my syntax. Do the same and you'll see who I was no longer intact. Low-key better for me, so I wish I'm re-adjudicated. Grant me half an hour, then determine if you choose to hate it. Dates were blind, but the love wasn't. I can laugh about it, it ain't gut busting. But it's 5-6 hours really enough substance to find a measure of a man and not to rush judgment? Guess it's a matter of debate. I mean, it's been a while since I've been asking with a date, readjusting to the pattern and the pace. Trying to frame it up and get distracted by the splatter of the pace and swearing thin. That's a play on the environment. As we walk the floors of this museum, we took it as we having unique interests. But I just wanna dream was only for 2-3, and I'm 2-3 and change. And if actually 22, so that's probably got you on a Taylor Swift vibe. On the flip side, I'm in this ride, striving there to discern if I'm up on the signal, so I'ma sell a riptide. You ask which piece is my favorite. I don't know if that's polite or intellectual. You like art or is pillow talk about some oversized Brillo boxes ineffectual? Will it sound pretentious if I say rap taught me about Bosky, Ellsworth, and Keith Harris? Hiding my doubts in this dark room with projectors flickering. Locked in your eyes, I keep staring like, what are you seeing yourself as you float around this room like a metallic balloon? Must you deflate my ego so soon? 'Cause you ain't laughing at my jokes, ain't laughing at my quotes, oh no. Do you hate how I talk in similes, metaphors? Are you counting seconds to get rid of me forevermore? Or is this just nerves? Am I overthinking? Am I even your type? Can't get no distinction, I'm playing it cool. And even that's a calculated risk. All I know, aggressiveness can make you palpitate a bit. Pierre Bomber looking more like you're an animated chick. Type to talk all sweet at first and then an hour later strip. District leaving bars with bros that you ain't spoken to. Is that how you date? I'm one of chosen few. Feeling these things out, off a season is certain. But I ain't pressed you for a kiss at the evening's adjournment. Hate texting, you prefer speaking in person. Told me I was the exception, I'm keeping you current. Sending by ha-has and these blushing emojis. Got me thinking you on my hand and be clutching it closely. Momentum shifted, discussing a second date. I say that's the plan and you don't hesitate. Wednesday night we finna meet up by a spot down a Squirrel Hill. Anxious that if I don't make a move then a world will. It'll twirl still. And we're sitting in this ice cream parlor when it's 30 degrees. Staring out the window thinking how I'll introduce you to my family as my girl or a burden to be. Funny thing is those aren't mutually exclusive, especially if you prove to be elusive. Vacillating between someone who proved to be a nuisance and the type of woman who was soon to be exclusive. The truth is, I'm so lost in thought I stumble over phrases. Trying to sell myself to you but humble over praises. What's the point of me until you done your own appraisement? Hope you think I'm endearing the bungle stolen gazes. Say you gotta cut the night short, you got things to get done for student teaching. Quickly exit, I'm confused when leaving down Panther Hollow, at least the view is decent. What are you seeing yourself as you float around this room like a metallic balloon? Must you deflate my ego so soon? 'Cause you ain't laughing at my jokes, ain't laughing at my quotes, oh no. Do you hate how I talk in similes, metaphors? Are you counting seconds to get rid of me forevermore? Or is this just nerves? Am I overthinking? Am I even your type? Can't get no distinction, I'm playing it cool. Apologized if I seemed off, I found your presence a bit disarming. Struggle with approach so I stick with charming, it's a listless yarn spin. However, I see potential in us, once we surpass the small talk and move on to a realer direction. 3 dots in a bubble give way to your thoughts, it's been fun but I'm sorry, I don't feel a connection. What? I'm dreaming of money out of this world, but all of my checks terrestrial is coded in my blood. This hustle is hexadecimal, doesn't mean what you think it means. Always so exegetical, intentions less accessible, but still no less exceptional. Let me miss you with the musings of an erudite. This the beat you bump when you go cruising in a paradise. Hold the line, but await my inclusion in the rarest light. Stay practicing temperance, no boozing where the air is tight. Far beyond the care if this will lose me a fan. I'm the personification of the Vitruvian man. My palms itching and burning like they scratched on cinders, trying to figure out why I can find a match on Tinder.
I mean, maybe it's because I'm writing rhymes like that.
Or maybe it's emblematic of the fact I chase the wrong ones. From giving all extended clips and I don't mean long guns.
I think it's like a digital disconnect.
When they see me out and about, they eyeballing me, but they don't swipe right with their pics on high quality. I'm over that, it's Good Fridays at the Warhol. Perfume Genius posters up, I wonder what the tour is called. Bruh, it ain't too bright for me to remain this distractible and front like y'all ain't listening. It's strained to be irascible. I'm refocused, so please notice I've grown up since you last heard. Re-energized, and the game's as safe as 1, 2, 3, 4 passwords. Grand visions of an entourage, packed 100 deep like a Senate seating. Bold enough to drop a new album when the world's celebrating Kendrick season. Truth be told, there's no overlap, so I'm posting that and I'm so relaxed. Eyes focus on the prize, that's why I'm flipping rhymes like they're soda caps. Still the nicest with a big pen, but got more to prove than I did then. Up in lecture halls off a 6N, where the college park like I'm Big Len. Like I'm Big Len versus Whiteside, they try to cut you down when their hype dies. Money hungry for paydays, but 100 grand, that's bite size. When I just want a phantom, oh, I like I'm Homestar. Drive it for a month, get bored and stash it in my boneyard. I'm gonna rock some nice kicks like I'm GK3. Or don a throwback jersey like the teenage me. I want my restitution, making what I'm worth it. I'm a fan of that. Step into the city, striking poses for the camera flash. Striking poses for the camera flash. Striking poses for the camera flash. Paparazzi flock me, crop me, put me on them stands and mags. Try to fake a smile when striking poses for the camera flash. Say I nailed it like I just made your cuticles clear, and not with corny dialogue, buddy. This ain't musical theater, so don't call me Tony when my dad wanted an Anthony. Just like he and I, we've got differences. Let's examine these. Is Crayola to Rose art, Payola to Mozart, graphite gray Lotus to a go-kart, just pay notice to the flowchart. So smart with analogies, feel like it's SAT prep. It's a warming up of a warrior, cadence on steps, play heat check. So bizarre, it's a dose of that. Folks like jumping Jehoshaphat. Mood on 1998, I feel like I'm bringing Sosa back. All for fun, but I'll take a couple coins like I'm the game. Contra, never be the type to go gaga over the fame. I'm gonna rock some nice kicks like I'm GK3. Or don a throwback jersey like the teenage me. I want my restitution, making what I'm worth it. I'm a fan of that. Step into the city, striking poses for the camera flash. Striking poses for the camera flash. Striking poses for the camera flash. Paparazzi flock me, crop me, put me on them stands and mags. Try to fake a smile when striking poses for the camera flash. Wise to listen when the dawn speaks. Let's just say I'm on point. Kids will say I'm on fleek. Slow the flow with little Rochambeau. Chop beats up like they palm free. So y'all can make a racket. Still I'll serve it like I'm on feet. Pardon my French, cause the waiters just rate me at Balenciagas. Man, I'ma need 80 pairs Givenchy jackets to impress the ladies. They're Parisian princesses sleep on this baby bear. I'm Mr. Cabernet hibernate. Get it, breath so fresh with substance cannot relate. Say like a jet with Voltaire, the way I berate later. Chest house, I'm sarcastic, rhyme for snake spitting tough. Oh god, boy, how to bar Sean flow, cause he finally famous and I'm getting to it pronto. One new shirts, Alessandro. I may figure time I drop it in like Blue Cirque, Alorondo. I'm just trying to make it to the nouveau reach. Forget a pocket on small, I want them boost so deep. To the point where the things I'm evoking ain't a fantasy purchase. Right for my villain vibe like I'm Anthony Burgess. Got my play clothes on like a re-up endorser. Possessing a trump card like a pinochle scorer. All these dudes on my back, but I don't need a Masura. Coming for everything that's fine like a prenup before, sir. Get with the translation. I want a table, the crown is central, this grand station. Tough since I ain't seen an apple in a minute. Busy underground king, I'll bet a castle for the cynics. Dig a motor around it, so you can say the song's wavy. Performing hits without the gloves, call me John Mabry. Wordplay too deep for your attention span. I'm getting folks that's with him on the mentions can. I've been known to go in on a couple occasions and mix it well with the substance that I touch on the statement. You won't appreciate the view, I might defend it straight, but that's a beautiful fall, cause I got that je ne sais quoi. That's when this all turned sour. Took that job up north, I wouldn't tell you not to earn power. Told me we talk weekly, now that convo's ancient history. Bathed in faded imagery, the latest brazen indices. You hate to say you're missing me, so you'll just phrase it differently. Feel so safe with symmetry, don't think that I forgot your plans to have me laying in these sheets. I'm off that, no I beat it to death. Was looking forward to October, I needed the rest. Career minded, you've been building up your sizzle real. Distancing yourself from me, I'm learning how belittled feels. On occasion, you would toss me a crumb, dumbly again I'd bite. Hey, you should come pay a visit maybe and spend the night. Couldn't call it but didn't mind the suggestion. If nothing else, it was a sign of progression. Thrust me right back into the throes of passion. Was once composed collapsing, closure erodes in fashion. Poems and notes dispatching.
I made a lot of mistakes in my mind, in my mind. I made a lot of mistakes in my mind. I made a lot of mistakes in my mind, in my mind. I fell in love again. All things go, all things go. We had a mindset. All things go, all things go. You had to find it. All things go, all things go.
Pattern the passenger recruited for reunion's sake. En route to the borough, ponder if I'll make a new mistake. So far removed from all the flirty chats and eyelash flutters. Secret meetings and my sidetrack stutters. Hard to believe we never acted on anything that we bandied about. Preserved attention, kept the vanity out. We got to town only to find you weren't joining us for lunch like planned. Knew I should've trust my hunch like, man, this is so typical. So you bet I was heated when you strolled in late. Lame excuse in which I showed distaste. Shook it off, let's hit the bars, I'll be the designated driver. Sober for the night since I'm a dedicated lifer. Lasted like an hour for the honest interruption. Friends smashed at a party, that's the drama's introduction. You gotta go save it before the consequences manifest. Dropped you at the house and text me later showing sham finesse.
I made a lot of mistakes in my mind, in my mind. I made a lot of mistakes in my mind. I made a lot of mistakes in my mind, in my mind. I fell in love again. All things go, all things go.
Stop in a parking lot, awaiting a word. Nobody's heard from you in hours. What's the patience been worth? Not just tonight, I'm talking about since 09, back in Chandler's class. Wish you would've warned me we won't work, I would've handled that. I'm still chasing you, and it's not for dating confidence. Not about nostalgia, but you paid my favorite compliment. Said you loved the person you became when spending time with me. One who wasn't guarded and that you would end it finally. So to watch you leave the hotel bar with him and just play dumb. The dude you said you'd move down south just to escape from. The ex that let you down with all the chances you afforded him and claim he's not a shark. What, cause you ain't see a dorsal fin? Thought y'all don't talk, I guess it's clutter in the policy. Couldn't even stop the fudge and muttering apology. So the question that I'm left with, once it's tempered, does it change? But the answer's much the same. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I made a lot of mistakes in my mind, in my mind. I made a lot of mistakes in my mind. I made a lot of mistakes in my mind, in my mind. I fell in love again. All things go, all things go. We had a mindset. All things go, all things go. You had to
year I was confronted with death, wondering where the spirit wanders when it's done with the flesh. That'll put a family under duress, counting seconds cause none of us really know when we gon' run out of breaths. I mean, we just saw you last week, pitched in for your Christmas gift. Now it's funeral plans and how did we get this split? Empty apartment rooms and booklets of pics this clip. Torn between properly mourning and let's skip this blip of us celebrating your life, but in that moment sounds selfish, but it was feeling like a bad omen. Human emotions always nothing to be proud about. When the call came we had barely finished the sauerkraut. Ain't that supposed to be good luck, a silly superstition? How can we stay optimistic in this bruised condition? When I got one less person to hope and pray for me, last thing I needed was another open vacancy. Circle even smaller, I got less supporters. So much for finally moving up the pecking order. Paramedics said old age, you never acted a degree, and that's what stops your heart sounding like sacrilege. You were right with God from the jump, so I'm guessing he relieved your burdens. Really got spiteful even if it was rightful. Didn't shake your fist and still believe for certain. Guess I admired that since I'm prone to fire back. Neglecting my blessings, professing how I'm in debt. Keeping my focus fixed on a glorification. Lord, I'm just poor at this waiting. I bear my cross and I ain't talking about a pound on my neck. Stagnation's been driving me to grind harder. Only way to keep it happy, 10 soft wishes. I thought 2015 would be the year I turn a corner, but the cards that I've been dealt been inauspicious. Wringing my hands, hanging my head in shame. My synonym can't strangle my neck the same as a sense that's got me tense and lopsided. Fear that it's not my year, it's not my year. What would life look like if we didn't pose and laugh? Straining to look happy for the moment of a photograph. We already have a tendency to click and see others' profiles and trying to claim a moral victory. It's sick to me. I had a homie hit me saying, bro, the world needs your voice, please never lose sight of that. I went to write him back, wonder why he told me that. Brushed it off and just got right back to my pious act. Never occurred to me he was enduring such disorder, getting his ducks in order, rather get snuffed and sorta. Thought you liked your day job, but when darkness falls you find a bottle full of trouble and a stark withdrawal. Hurts me, cause you used to look at God like who could rival my creation. Now you're being ruled by suicidal ideation, looking for a ledge, climbing the steps to the top, and you only came down at the behest of the cops. Self-worth plummeting, abandoning your passions. Off the medication, it's been tampered to detachment, without a thing to lose and no apology to spare. You say you lost your hope, I plead you solemnly to prayer. Find people so selfish, how they victim blame, so your fiction frames this disease as it splits the brain from sick to sane, exacerbated anytime you flick the flames. Bad habits got you shooken off, disregarding a few norms. Good ideas you seem to think, but perception's been lukewarm. Constant disappointments, perfect formula to prove storms. Slide back to the edge, the only place you show your true form. Wish you could see the value that you ache for without a state store or the destruction of a claymore. Real talk, not just self-injected lobbying. I don't want to lose the realest member of my audience. Wringing my hands, hanging my head in shame. My synonym can't strangle my neck the same as a sense that's got me tense and lopsided. Fear that it's not my year, it's not my year. California area code on my phone screen reminds me of the way it was back when I was smitten and before I got my paper up. Interviewed at NPR, had me feeling worth a bit, and then we ain't talked for a year and change after the worst of it. Fresh off the breakup, you said you'd hope we'd speak in the future, so I reached out to what I thought was a decent maneuver. Divulged that I had no regrets and remember you fondly. Typed in a message on that 1st of December. The bond, he was forthcoming, made it plain this wasn't something wistful. You hit me back in a nervous tone like you're done in Bristol. Left a voicemail since I ain't on Pacific time. Said we need to talk cause you got issues with specific lines. Shot that text like I was scheduling a conference call. Was on the line, said I was tired of this constant Paul. Reiterated what you asked me and offered appeasement. Let's be civil, I wish you well, this is not a bereavement. Disagree with the sensibility of mine since you don't think about it. To you civility silence. Back when we dated, say your life was so full of frustration that you can seem to separate me from the obfuscation. Wasn't in it for validation, but that left the bruise. Forget the time we spent, I'm nothing but an ex to you. Said I respect it too, despite what a farce it is. Made a song as long as your memory book catharsis is.
Let me know, show me confidence. Let me peer inside. I know exactly what you're doing here. Tell me that it's mine. Make me change my mind.
Picture me at a house party. I was just playing the wall, watching over the beer Olympics. I guess staying involved, sticking out like a sore thumb since this is way out of my comfort zone. Friends all got distracted, so I might as well have come alone. Strangers offer drinks that I politely refuse. I'm good with my insecurity, no psyche to bruise. I don't like to be rude, but I got my phone out typing, I'm glued. Till she put her hand on my chest and joke that she might think I'm cute. I'm cool and oh, the girl I'm after's not responding to my iMessages. She blew the spot to me, the dude don't know what my leverage is. is, I look up, spot a blonde who's steady eyeing me, wading through a sea of people to speak to me privately. Standing with my brody, so I'm trying to play the wingman. She keeps pivoting to me, he nods like ain't a thing, fam. Then the lights cut out and quickly all the chatter stops. People yelling cops and all the underage scatter off.
Rise from the ashes, are you capable? Ignoring all the signs, ignoring all the lies. Rise to horizons, hear the broken man. Tells you how to feel. None of this is real. Is this what they call?
Armed with a first name and a vague idea of facial features, I set out to find her. Sure, I don't even know a major either. Education maybe, scroll the search results to see what Facebook gave me. Even if this works, it's safe to say I'm crazy. What do I open with? Hey, do you happen to be the Angela I hope this is? If so, I just wanna say it smells infectious. Pardon if I'm socially awkward, you should get to know me. I swear I'm not an ogling stalker. That's pretty much what I went with. Somehow it went favorably. Flattered by the compliment, remarked there ain't a way to be smoother in that environment. And she's hoping to link back with me. All my skepticism shrinks that quickly. Darrow Gym working out late night, cause that's where my ex treads, avoiding that. Laughing with Jesse over our text threads, conversation flowing. I'm to showing you more mix. Would've planned a date but was leaving on that New York trip.
Rise from the ashes, are you capable? Ignoring all the signs, ignoring all the lies. Rise to horizons, hear the broken man. Tells you how to feel. None of this is real. Is this what they call?
11-hour train ride, but I'm making it bearably. All thanks to you keeping it hush, but I'm faking it terribly. Knew the jealousy with her would spring and manifest predictably. Defensive, spewing words that all demand regret. Snapped a picture for you, top of view from the Manhattan. Urged me to enjoy myself, but I didn't plan actions involving yet another girl hand in hand in Atkinson Theater. Detailed it all on I could be, not rehashing it here for. What's the relevancy some 2 years after it all? Story feels unfinished, I admit it's a matter of fault. Should've been more of a man instead of opting to turn a blind eye. We weren't an item, but we could have been. Look how time flies. You're on the cusp of commencement, and I got much less pretentious. And it ain't just a repentance. Felt like we were well on track to build something deeper than sex appeal. If you ever want another go around, just know I kept it real.
Rise from the ashes, are you capable? Ignoring all the signs, ignoring all the lies. Rise to horizons, hear the broken man. Tells you how to feel. None of this is real. Is this what they call?
Giving my best, I wonder if I'm good enough. Should I stay, should I go, I don't know. Giving my best, I don't feel like I'm good enough. Should I stay, should I go, I don't know.
Only filters for the plosives. Cherish optimism but get stilted by neurosis. Perfectionistic tendencies draining me of my motivation. Missing days of cheap Logitech microphones in basements. Love my music more than you do now. When it was 5th grade, rapping over Cuckoo Cal. Naive enough to envision I could make it off a raw skill. Thought y'all would be in awe still and place me on the top bill. What do my bars have to do with a marketing plan? Battle tested but I don't battle like Arsenal can. Running slants like I'm a short possession slot receiver. Praising God like I was born again, a gospel preacher. Worry more where my vocals sit in the mix, and the fact that my fan base is the local limits of pit with a small chance of expansion. So my cries are underratedness, maybe just denial, and I shrink from some debate of this.
Giving my best, I wonder if I'm good enough. Should I stay, should I go, I don't know. Giving my best, I don't feel like I'm good enough. Should I stay, should I go, I don't know.
People People ask me what I wanna do, well it depends. Love to be a shooter, I mean I just bought a cine lens. Collecting dust in the corner along with my Canon camera. That eyepiece doesn't show me life in the panorama. Post-grad struggles force me back to the drawing board. Investing in my future, collecting checks from the landlord. Look at that as a means to get my oblation. Now started making sense as the result of a location scout. Reignited appreciation for arty directors. Lustful thoughts of getting my hands on some Mario Lexus. Why no remark to me, my voice is so ultra commanding. Felt like my ride looks of a Lexus with ultimate branding. Talking movies give me truth, not the base loosely. He schooled me to potential jobs that ain't moved me. Why is everything I love so oversaturated? Selling people dreams they'll never reach cause no one abdicated. I won't be acclimated, I hold my pride essential. But there's a couple thousand other kids with my credentials.
Giving my best, I wonder if I'm good enough. Should I stay, should I go, I don't know. Giving my best, I don't feel like I'm good enough. Should I stay, should I go, I don't know. Should I stay, should I go, I don't know. Should I stay, should I stay, should I go? Should I stay, should I go, I don't know. Should I stay, should I go, I don't know.
Filling albums up with unspoken secrets. Moral obligations, what, like I'm supposed to teach this? Stand and give my speech and when I'm done toast the leeches? Knowing all along that they play one role to sneak this? Mood as dark as Jesus since off Ascend It Up. Action Bronson vibes like I gotta be better than Kendrick, I'm on my pensive stuff.
Should I stay, should I stay, should I?
But if I'm a stan or any rapper is budding, though we all hail from the lands of where you scrap or get nothing. I've been a battering ram, I didn't passively duck in.
Should I stay, should I?
Let me cook, this ain't the sweetness like some marzipan. Been through worse than most and never contemplated bars of Zan. I just want my voice to bring me K's like Kevin Harlan's can.
Should I stay, should I?
Pry it from me if you want me off the warpath. Middle 20s angst, no hand on Horvath. You should know expecting me to fail is as useful as Common Core math.
Should I stay, should I?
Flexing on them while I'm trying to get my form back.
Should I go? I don't know.